When I was probably like 7, 8, my mom got arrested, and I went to live with my dad's side of the family. My dad's brother to Let's Play House in the basement. We were playing house, and he ended up touching us. It's like everyone knew about it, but it still got pushed, and it still got pushed like under the rug.
Okay, Chalae, what's the biggest obstacle you ever had to overcome in your life?
Like up till now, I probably have to say being incarcerated,
Okay.
like away from my son.
Okay, so how are you coping with that, right? It's a current process right now. How are you coping with the fact that you're away from your son, that you're incarcerated? Like, how are you getting through a day?
Um, I really, I don't know how. I'm. It's a daily, it's a daily thing.
Oh, for
I
sure.
take it day by day.
So, is there anybody who's like, whether in here, outside, somebody you call, is there anybody who's like helping you get through these days? Because obviously, these are some of the darkest days that you mentioned.
I call my son and my mom. My mom has my son, so I call my son daily, and I speak to him, and I speak to my mom.
Okay. What is a belief you held about yourself that may have limited what you thought was possible? So, is there anything that you kind of thought about yourself that was like, I can't do that because of X? Is there anything that happened in your life that's kind of limiting your own thoughts, that's keeping you in this quote unquote hidden prison?
I would say, like earlier when you were saying the imposter, um, I think I probably could relate to that.
Okay. What about imposter syndrome did you like? Do you relate to?
Or the imposter syndrome or the people pleaser thing.
People please.
Yeah, I think I could relate to that more because for a while, I probably still do it. Like I worry about what my relationship is with people, or like how I make other people feel, or what people think about me.
Hmm.
Even till this day, I still have that.
What does freedom mean to you?
Freedom to me would mean being home, but I would be with my child, not being, I want to say not being here, but being able to just think freely and being able to move freely.
Okay, so let's think on the outside of the confines of incarceration, right? So like, it's you regular day. Like, what's the like most freeing thing that you do? What's the most freeing action? Where do you feel like your best self?
With my son,
With your son?
yeah,
How old is he?
he's 6.
Um, what would you give to be free?
Anything, really. I think, yeah, I think I would give anything to be free.
And and I don't want to think of freedom as being outside of incarceration, but like freedom as being like
I
just
think I
being.
would just give anything to be with my child right now. So that in itself is freedom to me.
No, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
So like thinking back, right? Let's go to your childhood. What's what anything in your life that happened during your early childhood that you meant that kind of changed the way you thought about life or changed the way that you acted in life? Was there anything that happened early on in your childhood that like had a drastic impact on you to today?
When I was probably like 7, 8, and I moved with my uh, grandparents, and my mom got arrested, and I went to live with my dad's side of the family, and my dad's brother, he didn't live there, but then he did. Like he lived there like off and on, and then he didn't live there, and me and my cousin lived there, And every once in a while, my uncle would come back, and then me and my cousin would play like in my grandpa's backyard in the cars. My grandpa had like old cars in the backyard that he let us play in, and me and Mike used to play in them. And one day Haywood came back there and was like, "To let's play house in the basement." And long story short, it went. We were playing house, and it he ended up touching us. Um, I think ever since that, that's where it went from. Like, that's where that people pleasing thing came from, because I always wondered. Well, he didn't end up touching though. He only touched me. So then I didn't understand why I wasn't touched. But I don't know. I held on to that for a long time until my mom, probably like a year or two after my mom got released. And then once she got released, I ended up telling her. And before she got released, I ended up telling my grandparents. But his mom didn't believe me.
Your mom didn't believe you?
No, my uncle's mom. She wasn't my grandmom, but she didn't believe me. And my grandpa, like, he acted like he didn't care. But I still had to live there with them. And then, like, my 8th grade year, my parents they got like arrested again, and I had to live with them again. My mom got arrested again, and my uncle came back to live with us again, and I ended up like saying I didn't want to live there with them, but his mom didn't care, and I ended up like attempting suicide, taking pills, and they like tried to figure out why we didn't want to stay there and everything. It was a long story, and they took us to the hospital. Then they ended up dropping us off at Children and Youth. And then I ended up going to a boarding school, Milton Hershey School. That's actually the school that kind of saved my life. And then I went to Hershey School, and I kind of I kind of messed up my own life. I went to Milton Hershey School, and it was good, everything. And then I still kind of was holding on to the anger and the guilt and the hate and all that. And I still went downhill, because going to Mount Hershey School, I could have kind of turned everything around, but I didn't. I still was holding on. I didn't go on my healing journey like I should have when I went there.
Okay, so one, I'm sorry to happen to you.
But as I'm sitting here talking to you, I actually see like where I could have did things different.
No, but what I'm hearing from you is a level of accountability, right? That's like something that happened to you really bad, right? And it kind of messed up your trajectory a bit. But even in that, you're not necessarily saying that's the only thing that happened, right? It's saying like, yo, there was points in your life that could have been saved, and you then didn't really take those. You could have went down a totally different path, and you didn't take that path. So I am hearing a level of accountability. But going back to what happened to you at 8, when that how was that conversation with your mother once she got out of prison? Like, you talked about the other people that didn't believe you, but how was that conversation with your mom?
Well, I had the conversation with mom when she actually was locked up still. And when I actually told her when she was locked up, there was really nothing she could do. And my grandparents didn't really do anything. And when I told her, she, she was locked up. And when my father was locked up at the same time. And then when he actually got out of jail and he came to get me from his dad's house, they wouldn't let him take me from there because he didn't have custody of me.
Your mom did. Oh, your grandparents did.
My grandpa did, yeah. So they wouldn't let him take me, and then it became like a whole battle royale, and everyone was arguing and fighting, and I still had to stay there. And then when my mom eventually got out, she came and got me from there. But till this day, it's like, you know, like in it's like they still like it's like everyone knew about it, but it still got pushed and it still got pushed like under the rug, or like everyone knew about it, but Haywood still was there. Like he still was there. Like he still was at family functions. I don't know.
And you told people, you told adults, and you wanted
Yeah,
them to kind of act on your behalf. And
he still was there. He still was there. He passed away recently. I put on Facebook. I probably was wrong for like being petty on Facebook, but I like didn't care, and I put like smiley faces and emojis and shit like that on Facebook, and they just my family members were like, I was wrong for doing that, but I felt better.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care.
So, in that instance, right? If you can go back and talk to your 8-year-old self, what would you tell your 8-year-old self now to kind of help avoid some of the decisions that you made later on?
That it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault.
Okay. Is there anything else as far as last words that you want to kind of say um, to kind of talk to the people that have hurt you, to talk to give advice to the next generation of people that can kind of help avoid these decisions? Is there anything else you kind of want to communicate to?
I'm gonna actually use his journaling technique and see if that helps me. Um, I am gonna try that you hurt my feelings thing because I kind of don't tell people when they do hurt your feelings, and I think that people should let people know when they hurt their feelings.
How's your coping mechanism when somebody hurts your feelings?
I tend to just shut down and just ignore people, and I tend to act like it doesn't hurt, or I laugh, or I don't know.
I'm seeing you like kind of be able to communicate some of your feelings now, and is it
Yeah,
because of this panel that we had, or is
the
this
panel in the book.
the panel in the
I
book is
finished the
helping
book.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you kind of expound on that? Like, how is the book and the
Um,
panel helping you?
the actual like it was an actual like the book how you how he actually you have to like the when you finish a chapter and it has like the dig deeper or like the interact the where you have to like open response and write and that I think that part was more helping like
Because it allowed you to engage. Is that what
yeah
you're
the
saying?
engagement yeah there you go.
Okay. Perfect. Any last words before we wrap up?
I just want to say thank you.